Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Back in 2020, this young lady, Nakia Crawford, was murdered while helping her grandmother run errands. Darius Black was found guilty of murder in the drive-by shooting of Nakia Crawford, 18-year-old, who was shot multiple times while running errands with her grandmother in June 2020. Jurors deliberated for about 4 hours before announcing they had convicted Black in the long count he faces: murder with a gun's specification. Summit County Common Pleas Judge Kelly McLaughlin was sentenced will sentence Black on November 30th. He faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison and possible parole at 18 years old. That's way too much. He don't deserve that. Black plans to appeal what his attorney says. The Akron shooting gained national attention with initial persons indicating that the slaying may have been racially motivated, but police later saying it was a case of missing identity. Nearly 2 years later, Black was arrested in Georgia by a fugitive force task. Black was 17 at the time of the shooting and is now 19 and went on trial last week. Here are some things about the case as well as highlights from the trial. Grandmother recalls shooting by Lynn Williams. Grandmothers who was first witness in the trial shared her collection about the drive-by shooting that claimed the granddaughter's life. Moore says, "I think I got shot." Grandmother calls Aiken's teen Nakia Crawford's final words. Williams said she and Crawford was chattering at a red light when she heard a noise, then looked over and realized Crawford had a mark in her neck. She said Crawford told her she had been shot, that was the final words. Williams said she didn't say who shot her or what type of vehicle the shooter was driving or anything. Assistant prosecutor Brian Santino said in his opening statement that Javin Bivens and Black were the two people in the car used to be shooting. He said jurors won't be able to hear from Bivens because Bivens is dead. Stano said which of the two did the shooting doesn't matter. He said both are guilty of murder. John Alexander, one of the Black attorneys, emphasized the evidence prosecutors lacked to tie his case on the slaying, including the image of the surveillance video, DNA, or fingerprints. He did not do it, Alexander says. Two men testified Thursday about seeing Black and Vivian at a party. Brian Dickerson said the party was at a house on Maron Street in Atkins was to celebrate the birthday of Martell Spragler, a friend of his. He said Bivens came to the party in his black Camaro. Dickerson said Bivens was with someone else, but he didn't know who he was with. Dickerson said Bivens was with someone else, but he didn't know who. He said later he found out it was Black. Dickerson thought she shouldn't see Dick Bivens and Black get in a car of any sort together. A car used in the shooting in the Kia Crawford apparently features a memorial to a man killed in Akron. Black was not the only one charged in this killing. Bivens, 20, of Akron was. Black was one of three people who were originally charged in the shooting, which would be Bivens, 20, of Akron, who was charged with obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence. Jamisha George, 25, of Talaman, was charged with obstruction as well. Their case has since been dismissed. I wonder how. It says charges were dismissed. Prosecutors dropped the charges against Bivens and George in March of 2021 without jurisdiction, which means they were refiled and with the charges. Now, charges dismissed in the Kia Crawford killing is suspected. She is expected to be at large still. That happened when, with at least Bivens, through this because he was killed in Kentucky. George testified in Black's trial. She doesn't. She wasn't in the car at the time of the shooting. If you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe down in the comments, and I will reply. But this goes to show that you can't be friends with anybody or go along with anybody. You need to have your own personal mind. Again, like the video.